Royal family in turmoil. Shocking rumors question Princess Leonor and Infanta Sofia's parentage. Madrid, in an unexpected swirl of whispers that has shaken the Spanish monarchy, confidential sources claim that doubts have emerged over whether Princess Leonor and Infanta Sofia are, in fact, the biological daughters of King Felipe VI. The allegations, still unconfirmed, have spread rapidly through discreet political circles and high society gatherings, leaving the royal household scrambling to maintain composure. The origin of the rumors remains murky. Some point to a recently resurfaced set of private letters allegedly exchanged during Queen Letitia's early years in the palace. These letters, according to anonymous insiders, allude to a deeply personal matter and a friend who became more than a friend, at a time when Felipe and Letizia were reportedly facing a period of emotional distance. Adding fuel to the speculation, a retired royal staff member, who served closely in Zarzuela Palace, has hinted to certain journalists that there were moments when discretion was urgently needed regarding the girl's upbringing. While the former aide stopped short of making explicit claims, the vague statements have been interpreted as confirmation by many in the media. The Royal Press Office has issued a firm denial, calling the rumors malicious fabrications, designed to damage the monarchy's image during a delicate political climate. His Majesty the King's devotion to his daughters is unwavering and unquestionable, the official statement read. Still, palace silence on specific questions, such as whether DNA testing had ever been conducted, has kept speculation alive. Political analysts warn that if these rumors gain further traction, they could severely undermine public trust in the monarchy, especially with Princess Leonor being the heir presumptive to the Spanish throne. Social media has become a battlefield, with supporters defending the family's privacy and critics demanding transparency. For now, Princess Leonor continues her royal duties abroad, recently attending military training, while Infanta Sofia remains focused on her studies in Wales. Neither has made any public comment on the matter. Behind closed doors, insiders describe a tense atmosphere at Zarzuela, where every phone call, every email, and every unguarded glance is being scrutinized. Whether this storm will fade or explode into a constitutional crisis depends on what comes to light in the coming weeks. Inside Zarzuela, fear, secrets, and the question no one dares to ask. Madrid, what began as a faint whisper in Madrid's aristocratic cafes has now become the subject of tense, closed-door meetings within Spain's most guarded residence, the Zarzuela Palace. The claim that Princess Leonor and Infanta Sofia may not be the biological daughters of King Felipe VI has not only shocked the nation's gossip columns but also sent ripples through political and diplomatic channels. The night the whisper began. According to a well-placed court insider, the first spark ignited during a private reception in Geneva earlier this year. A former acquaintance of Queen Letizia allegedly hinted to an influential Spanish journalist that the bloodline might not be as pure as the public believes. At first, the journalist dismissed the remark as mere malice, but weeks later, an anonymous envelope landed on their desk, containing photographs, handwritten notes, and what appeared to be medical documents. Though the authenticity of these materials remains unverified, one particular note contained the cryptic phrase, "She swore me to silence for their future, but truth bleeds through, no matter how royal the seal." Tension between Felipe and Letizia. Multiple sources within the palace corridors have described a noticeable strain between the king and queen in recent months. At official events, body language experts have pointed out subtle signs. Felipe standing slightly apart from Letizia, the absence of casual touches, and unusually formal exchanges. One former palace aide, speaking under strict anonymity, said, "It's not open warfare, but you can feel the chill in the air. There are locked doors now, doors that were always open before." Sophia and Leonor's silence. Princess Leonor, currently undergoing military training as part of her preparation to one day assume the throne, has reportedly been kept shielded from the rumors, at least officially. However, another insider claims she overheard a heated conversation between her parents late one night, after which she was seen pacing her private quarters until dawn. Infanta Sophia, younger and studying abroad in Wales, has been described by classmates as distracted and more private than ever in recent weeks. Friends say she has turned down invitations to social gatherings, preferring to remain in her dorm room, her phone in hand late into the night. The Queen Mother's reaction. Perhaps the most intriguing development involves Queen Emerita Sophia, Felipe's mother. Known for her unwavering dedication to tradition and the royal family's dignity, she is said to be gravely concerned by the rumors. Some palace staff have claimed to overhear her insist to Felipe in Greek-accented Spanish, "If there is doubt, it must be resolved privately. But you cannot let the people think we are living a lie." The palace's counterattack. In an effort to regain control of the narrative, the royal household's communications team is reportedly preparing a coordinated public relations campaign. This may include a carefully staged family appearance, as well as the release of private family photographs intended to reinforce the image of unity. There are even whispers of inviting an international media outlet to conduct a tell-all interview, a strategy not seen in Spain's monarchy since the early 1990s. But whether such moves will calm the storm or inadvertently feed the flames remains uncertain. As one Madrid political commentator put it, "The danger is not just in the rumor itself, but in the fact that people believe the palace is capable of hiding such a secret. Once the seed of doubt is planted, it grows quickly, and it's almost impossible to uproot." What happens next? With public interest intensifying and the story gaining traction in foreign media, the Spanish monarchy faces a precarious balancing act. If no conclusive proof is offered, suspicion will linger. But if evidence, whether confirming or disproving the claims, comes to light, the consequences could be seismic. For now, the royal family continues their duties under the watchful eyes of the world, their smiles carefully measured, their words meticulously chosen. Yet behind the ornate walls of the Zarzuela Palace, the question no one dares to ask aloud remains suspended in the air, like a sword hanging by a thread. Are Leonor and Sophia truly Felipe's daughters, or the monarchy's most delicate secret? London, just when the Spanish royal household believed they could control the swirling whispers, an unexpected strike came from abroad. The respected British weekly The Globe Observer, known for mixing hard-hitting investigations with royal gossip, published an explosive front-page headline. DNA report questions Felipe vis paternity, Leonor and Sophia at the center of royal scandal. The article claimed to possess excerpts from a private genetic analysis allegedly conducted, for security purposes, in 2019, involving members of the Spanish royal family. According to the Globe Observer, the leaked report suggested anomalies that would be inconsistent with both Leonor and Sophia being the biological daughters of King Felipe. The magazine did not disclose its source, citing protection of whistleblowers, but hinted that the documents came from a medical facility in Switzerland. Alongside the story were two grainy photographs, one showing a woman who bore a striking resemblance to Infanta Sophia, another appearing to be an old image of Queen Letizia in the company of a man identified only as MM. Madrid erupts. Within hours, Spanish social media exploded. Hashtags like #RoyalTruth and #FelipeCrisis dominated trending lists. Television talk shows dissected every pixel of the photographs, every sentence in the leaked report. Pro-monarchy commentators denounced the publication as a calculated smear campaign, possibly orchestrated by Republican groups ahead of sensitive political reforms. Anti-monarchist voices, meanwhile, seized the moment to demand a full investigation and, in some cases, the abolition of the monarchy altogether. Behind the palace gates. Multiple sources describe the atmosphere inside Zarzuela as combustible. Felipe reportedly spent an entire night in his private study, refusing food and ignoring scheduled calls. Queen Letizia, meanwhile, was seen meeting privately with her personal legal team, raising speculation that she might consider separate legal action to protect her daughter's privacy. An insider close to the Queen revealed, "Her Majesty is furious, not only at the lies, as she calls them, but at the palace's slow reaction. She believes this could have been prevented if they had moved faster." The King's confidants. Felipe has been consulting with a small, trusted circle, including former monarch Juan Carlos, despite their strained relationship in recent years. According to one source, the former king urged his son to stand firm, deny everything, and never allow foreign press to dictate the future of the crown.